Hey guys, I'm Dimension Jumper and today I'll be doing my top 5 favourite video games of 2020. Now for this list I'll be going over some of the games that have been released this year that I have found fun and that I've been playing throughout this year. And so for number 5 is Animal Crossing New Horizons. Now this is a really cool and interesting game because it basically takes the original Animal Crossing formula and kind of like turns it on its head in a sense, because like the other Animal Crossing games, you find a new place to stay at, you meet new and interesting animal characters, and you just basically interact with them and just find a bunch of stuff to do around the place. For a New Horizons case, it's on a deserted island. And I feel like that's really interesting and cool because you basically start from the ground up, and you basically just create everything like houses, like pathways, bridges, and a bunch of other stuff that you can create. And I feel like that's really interesting because I've only before I got New Horizons, I played the one on the DS. I think it was Wild World, I think it is, and I feel like this is a cool and interesting game, and basically expands expands what other games like Wild World did, and I do really enjoy a lot of the characters that you can see with it throughout the game. For number 4 is the Mario 3D AllStars pack. Now what I like about this is that it's basically 3 of Mario's well-known games, that being Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy 1. Now I feel like this is a really cool and cool pack, but basically a cool and interesting pack, because besides being just like a game filled with some of Mario's well-known adventures, I feel like this is a good way of introducing new fans to like older games that people like myself have played. And I do really enjoy how the game has been slightly updated, because I feel like that the graphics are slightly better than they were when the games were released on the original consoles. So from 64 it was on the Nintendo 64, for Sunshine it was on the GameCube, and for Galaxy 1 it was released on the Wii. And I feel like I feel like they've been improved mainly. I think, and I also think that Mario Galaxy has been the slightly most improved one out of the other two. That might sound a bit biased because Galaxy 1 is my favourite all-time Mario game. But I'm not saying that the others are improved at all. It's like I feel like that Galaxy 1 has had the most amount of treatment done to it compared to the other games. I still do enjoy the other games that are in the pack, 64 and Sunshine. It's just that I really like Galaxy 1, and I also quite like how you can listen between the musics of the 3 games on the main menu screen. So you can listen to any of the music from Mario 64, any of the music from Sunshine, or any of the any of the music from Galaxy. And I really enjoy this pack. For number 3 is the Final Fantasy VII remake. Now I really do enjoy this game. I feel like this is possibly the best remake released so far, mainly because of it. Basically, I do enjoy a lot of the characters that you can meet in this game. I do enjoy the story, even though it's like the first few hours of the game, and I don't mind that really, because I feel like with this remake it kind of like I think it's trying to bring in new fans, and I think it's doing instead of having the entire game, it's just so where it's like, if it's like, with the whole game, I think it's like if it did that with this remake, I feel like new fans would feel a bit confused, and with this remake I feel like it helps bring in new fans and not make them confused. I have made a review on this game like the other day, so I'll leave a link to that video in the description below so you can see that video. And yeah, I just really enjoy this game. I think this is one of the best like remakes that I've played so far, and yeah, I do really enjoy everything that this game has to offer, like the places you can go to, the types of enemies you can face, the bosses that you can battle, and I just really enjoy this remake. For number 2 is Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. Now, I really do enjoy Age of Calamity. It's one of those sequel prequels that's sort of interesting, and it kind of like sort of fills somewhat of a gap with the whole Breath of the Wild trilogy thing. Even though that this game doesn't really in big quotation marks have a, like, you know, it's not the exact same thing as like was talked about in Breath of the Wild, but I do enjoy that the things that this game brings out. For example, I do enjoy some of the fight battles that you can play in, some of the characters that you can play as, like Link, the champion, Zelda, Impa, and I do enjoy how you can also play the Divine Beasts. I never would have thought that you could play as those machines, because when I was playing Breath of the Wild, you know, when it first came out, I was like, they're cool, and I do enjoy running around in them, trying to feed them from Calamity Ganon's control and finding the bosses. But I never would have thought that this game would allow me to have the chance to play as those Divine Beasts. And I do enjoy like the whole time travel aspect, because this could be in, like, you know, this could be mentioned or it'll be brought to light somewhat within Breath of the Wild 2. And yeah, I do enjoy a lot of things about this game, and I do really enjoy each character interacting with each other, whether it's Zelda with Impa, Puro with Robbie, Link with any of the champions. I just feel like that this game it's a really great game. I still prefer the original, like, you know, the original Hyrule Warriors over this game, but this is such a good game. The only downside to this one is that I feel like it could have played a little bit more to the original, like, way in which Breath of the Wild did it, like how the champions sacrifice themselves to try and protect Hyrule, how Calamity Ganon was released. I kind of feel like that. I kind of wish that Age of Calamity kind of went down that more specific route, instead of just, oh, the new champions coming in for the assist or something like that. So I still enjoy this game. I just kind of wish there's like I kind of wish there's like more to this game, if you know what I mean. And for number 1 is Persona 5 Royal. Now, what I really like about this game is that it expands on the original, kind of like how some of the other Persona games in the series does that, like Persona 4 Golden and Persona 3 FES, or FES, or however you pronounce the add-on extension for Persona 3. And I do really enjoy Persona 5 Royal. It's possibly the most played game I've played this year, and I do really enjoy a lot of the things that are added, like the added area you can go to where you can play darts, visit a temple, do some like shopping stuff. I also like the new characters and confidants that are added. So that's Dr. Maruki, who has the counselor confidant, and Kasumi, who has the faith confidant. And I do really enjoy the third semester. I won't go into too much spoilers. I'll talk about that bit in as little spoilers as I can. So as little spoilers as I can, so no one can get spoiled who hasn't played the game yet. So in the third semester, I think it's like a really cool and interesting way of continuing the story after you beat Hyrule Bath. I feel like that the final Palace Ruler has some quite good points of where they're coming from, because they're trying to help people in a sense, and they're trying to use various ways, and they're using various means to try and do that. And I feel like the way that you use, you know, a variety of things to help to try and beat the final Palace Ruler. And I also like the new ending of how everyone goes their ways, like, you know, it basically explains how characters the main characters in a sense are going that going to do their things. So one character does this, another character does that. I don't really want to go to too much spoilers because I really want people to play this game for themselves and see how the ending is somewhat interesting and quite cool. And yeah, and also like the new personas that are in the game. So like those being a part of the Faith Confidant and the Counselor Confidant, and some new personas dotted around some of the other Confidant Arcanas. And yeah, and I do really enjoy this game. I also I really like the new things that are added to the game. So I really suggest you guys play Persona 5 Royal. It's an incredible game. I think it really expands on the original game as a whole. And yeah, so that's been my list for the top 5 favourite games of 2020. I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.